Hey guys, welcome to part 1 of my US1 Rome series. I think I'm going to log on every day and make a new video. So I'll do this day by day and you'll be able to see how the villages are developing and how the hammer and all of that sort of stuff's developing later on. So because this is only day 1, all we're doing is the strategy that I explained in the US speed server, and that is we're not going for number 1 on the server, by the way, because I started this 7 days late, so there's no way that I'll get there to rank number 1, not in the first week. Okay, so the strategy is keeping clay in front of the wood and wood in front of the iron. So if we have level 2 tiles for clay, they're all level 2. That means we need all level 2 tiles for wood except for 1. And then you need all level 2 tiles for iron except for 2. And that's why I'm upgrading the wheat, because this needs to stay in a positive number. Okay, so clay is 1 in front of the wood, wood is 1 in front of the iron. So if they're all level 2s, 3 of these level 2s, so there's 4 level 2s, 3 level 2s, then we need 2 level 2s of the iron. On a normal speed server, you just keep the wheat at the early stages, just keep the wheat in the positive up here. Don't worry about this number. Up here, you need free wheat so that you can actually upgrade your resource tiles. On a speed server, this will be a high amount, and in that case, you want to keep your wheat at half the level of the clay. So my clay here is at 125, so I'd want to keep my wheat at about 62. That's just a good amount. That's the amount of wheat you will need to upgrade your tiles as well. So this is all done in a way that you will get maximum tile upgrades, and you'll have the least amount of downtime between building your resource tiles. Yeah, there's not much to say. Just send, at this early stage, send your hero on adventures. I'm not building inside the village to get these things. I'm just I upgraded the main building to get these resources, but I'm just focusing on resource tiles. If this was day 1 of the server, I would be, for all of my beginner's protection, so for about 5 days, I'd be upgrading the resource tiles, and then the last 2 days of the week, I'd be going into my village, and I'd be upgrading everything in here. That would get me to top 5, maybe number 1 on the server, depending how many of you are using this strategy. I might have some competition from you guys, since my videos have been up for about a year, but before that, I was always number 1. Yeah, there's not much else to say at this stage. I guess on tomorrow's I'll be starting, I can go through the culture producing buildings, the culture point producing buildings. That means that there's certain types of buildings that if you upgrade them, they give you a good amount of culture points every day, so that you can create the next village faster, and then when you put the buildings in that one as well, you can create the next village faster. It's like a snowball effect. You will have high amounts of culture points in all of your buildings, in all of your villages, and you'll be getting faster and faster villages again to keep your population up and to create feeders for your cropper later on. But I'm getting ahead of myself. This is part 1. Pretty boring, just upgrading resource tiles. If any, whatever these are, if any tasks get completed, then you can collect the rewards if you need to. I'd suggest, if you're going to be going to bed and you've got high resources like this, upgrade your warehouse, at least set it to build when you're going to bed so that it upgrades and it can take 8 hours worth. If you sleep for 8 hours, it can take 8 hours worth of production. And just don't collect your rewards. You don't have to collect the rewards. You can just collect them when you need them. I can wait until I've run out of resources before I collect mine. And there's no reason to collect them, cap out all your resources, then have to stay up for 5 hours just making sure that your resources aren't capped. When you're out of beginner's protection as well, you need to, like, when beginner's protection's up, you need to have work out what 8 hours of your production is. So in this case it would be 800, and 8 times 25 is 200, so it would be 1,000 resources. So you need to make sure that 1,000 is covered here. It would just be easier to say this is all 1,000 each. So you'd say I need 4,000 resources covered. So you'd need to have 4,000 covered by your cranny. So that might mean that you have to build 3 or 4 crannies, but it's better to have all your resources covered so you can sleep easy knowing that your shit's not being stolen. Sorry to swear. Yeah, and then you'll be doing the passive defense that I'll explain again in a later video, and no one will want to raid you because of those two things. But again, I'm getting ahead of myself, so I'll make another video tomorrow and look forward to seeing you then. Cheers.